Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza at the Healing Studio. All right, our weekly check-in. Let's see what's going to go on for this week. First, some announcements. Okay, we're in December. Tonight is our last sound bath. I think there's still a couple spots left if you want to grab it. Last sound bath for 2022. Next sound baths aren't taking place again until 2023. We still have group healings throughout the month on Tuesdays. We have Reiki Share. We have got um my the new moon on the 23rd. If you guys are around, if you're in town with family members, you can bring them. It's a great way to manifest, and it's a really powerful starting point, especially since it's close to the end of the year. So good for intention settings. But I also have my intention settings class coming up that you guys might want to check out. That is on the 30th. And that is where we throw cards for ourselves for the first 6 months and try to establish kind of like this, kind of establish what the energies might be like for that month, and then write some intentions and affirmations to use throughout the year. We do that twice a year because we found that it takes a while to get through doing it correctly. And I help assist you in writing those intentions and affirmations so that you can have them work out for you. All right. So I see that some of you are already me pleasing, which is awesome. That's how we're going to participate. Let's see. I've got today, and this is mostly for me, but maybe you guys need it too. I've got some inner child rose spray hanging out with us today. So I'm finding that some patterns of my childhood are coming back to be reflected upon. And that is creating a little bit of a patterning, understanding, clarity thing that's coming up for me about why I've created what I've created. And it's good, interesting as we're going into the next year. I want to do it a little differently maybe next year. All right, and this month's stone this is a titanium coated quartz. Great for kind of solid amplification, clarifying energies, okay? I really like these spheres are really nice to kind of like, roll around your body. But they need a place to hang out. So we have little spear stands here too. Be sure and check that out if you get one. Okay, let's see. We're using Twin Flame Ascension today, the Take Me Home Oracle deck. And that's going to be for personal readings. We're going to start with our Yantra deck, which is always what we do. So if you haven't attended before, the whole way to play the game is to type me please, and I will get different the comments are coming in from 3 different streams. YouTube is allows you to do it a little earlier, so lots of times people get on there a little early for YouTube and say me please, and then I'll start to get to the Facebook. So you may not see the order that I see. I will get to as many as we can. Normally, I do pretty good about getting through the whole all of it in 30 minutes. So hang out, be patient. If you hear messages for other people that resonate with you, it might be for you too. Okay, so don't just check out and wait for your name to be called. It might be more others, messages. Guys like to get together and do that. Okay. I feel like there's something else I was going to tell you guys. I don't know. All right. Well, let's just see how this goes. All right. So for the week, I was going to just tell you, watch out for trolls. If anybody offers you a private reading not associated with me, I will try to catch them. All right. So hi, everybody. If you're watching this later with us too, you again can just listen to the messages, or we will do a 1, 2, 3 card pull too at the beginning here. All right. So first card is gratitude, sideways. So we're starting off the week trying to kind of weed through a little bit of what we want in our space and what we don't want in our space. And we can be grateful for something and then be done with it as well. So thank you for coming. And now I release you. That is what we're doing right now, this beginning of this week. Okay. So some gratitude, seeing the gift of the experience, and then letting it move on. Helper card. Okay, so the oneness card is going back and being one with the people and things you want to be one with. Now, there's a lot of invitations, a lot of different realities that get invited all the time, right? Okay, so here, participate in this, be part of that. And the oneness card is basically saying be one with yourself and be one with the communities you want to be one with. Let go of all that obligatory stuff, which is probably a good message for us during this holiday time. End of the week, exhale, upside down, holding our breath, not surrendering, feeling like we have to control everything ourselves. So be aware that that is how the week is going to conclude. So see where you can assist yourself by kind of freeing up some of that struggle and that resistance. All right, here we go. We're going to do our private readings first. So then we're going to do 1, 2, 3. So this is the start of your reading. So pay attention to which number you feel drawn to. 1, 2. Ooh, 3 wants to 2 cards. No, don't pick that just because you want 2 cards, but okay. So if you pick 3, so 1, 2, 3, okay? Which one you resonate with, this is the start of your reading. If you picked 1, you are dealing with awareness and clearing your crystal clear vision. So this is back to what the week card said. We're going to be trying to clear out what we're done with. Try to clear out what we see, what we're participating in. So that's what we're getting for if you picked 1. If you picked 2, you're being one with self. Okay. So you're blossoming within yourself, that coming back to your own body, back to your own space, make yourself your own priority, and then go from there. What would you, as you being the first priority, do in this space? If you picked 3, we've got harmonize, let your light shine. And we've got welcome home, mission accomplished. Okay. So for those of you who picked 3, this week is going to be a fruition week for you, which is pretty awesome. If you picked, it's kind of interesting. If you picked 1, you're just kind of at the beginning of visioning in. Picked 2, come back to yourself, take care of yourself during the journey. If you picked 3, it's a good week for you to harmonize with what you've already created and what's blossoming into your existence. So sounds like we've got 3 different stages we could be in. Do you see our little orb there? Okay, let's get started. Gina, you made it to the top of the list. She used the YouTube hack where she came in earlier and said, me, please. So if you go and you subscribe to my channel and then you hit the little bell button, you will not only be able to then say me, please to this videos in advance, but you also get the little notification when I go live. So, all right, Gina, your focus for this week is Master Alchemist, Violet Flame Activation. Take everything that's happened, bring it into present time. Use that violet flame if you know how. If you don't, Google it. Violet flame is healing. To alchemize yourself. Yes, all of that stuff has happened. Yes, you've had all of these things go on, but now who are you after all of that? What are you wanting to bring forward? Okay. So just alchemizing this week for you. Okay. Miranda. You've got clearing karma, Kundalini activation. Okay. So this is Kundalini activation can sometimes be a little bit intense because it's kind of like more active. It's kind of a little more fiery. Lots of movement required to kind of burn off that dense matter and bring it back into an energy form. So this week, just kind of working on clearing out, and if you think about our week is let's say pruning week is what we've got from the main cards. This would be a good week to use your energy to kind of like flush your system out, however you know how. Again, lots thanks to the internet. There's lots of resources. You could go on YouTube and look up Kundalini activation and see what you get. All right, Tiff, for you this week, your focus is going to be on mystical messages. Follow the signs. So this is paying close attention to patterns, things getting mentioned more than once, paying attention to when seems to be like negative feelings or obstacles in the way. That might be you're headed in a different direction than you maybe would be good for your spirit. Oh, and it fell on the floor, so done with that message. Okay, Rob. These are all people, by the way, who've figured out the YouTube hack because they got on like hours before, or an hour at least, a couple hours. All right, Rob, masculine twin. Release your lower self, your ego, your needing to control how things are manifested into matter. This week, it's a good week to kind of find what is really yours to do and let go of the rest. If it's not yours to do, don't do it. Give it back. You might be actually creating karma by doing work for others that isn't yours to do. There's your little orb. Did you see it? All right, Barbara. Transformation, battling the head and the heart. Okay, so one of the techniques I try to use for myself is to just kind of hold my hand on my heart and have gratitude and breathe into the fact that my heart has a voice too. I sometimes even go down to my gut and try to get my gut to activate it because we got the mind, we got the heart, and we got the gut. They all have information for us. And so this week you're kind of activating to get the head to calm down enough so that the heart gets to have a voice. Okay, so that'd be something to actively work on. Vesta, You got mystical messages, follow the signs. This one that got thrown on the ground because maybe I didn't say yet enough. Tiff's guides started off saying this, but your guides are continuing the message. So Vesta this week, pay attention to the synchronicities. Nothing's a coincidence this week. In fact, if anything, it's everything around you is messages from your unseen side, messages from your unseen helper. Give yourself an opportunity to pay close attention to that. You can also activate your consciousness by like, I try to teach this to my kids and they're kind of always like, what are you doing? But like you could just say to yourself, okay, I want to activate my consciousness and see green hats. And then, you then the next thing you know, everybody's wearing green hats. Nobody was before. Just kind of seeing how your consciousness and focus actually does bring in what you are seeing. Okay. So focus. Natalie, you've got the generator staying grounded. Okay, this is my message for it too. Like ground, 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 ground. We are not separate from the earth right now. What we are creating is earthly. We are here on the earth. What we are creating and what we are resonating with is all earth. So really protecting that space where you go all the way down into the center of the earth and you recognize that there's no separation between you and the planet Earth, and everything about you is earthly, at least at this point in time. Your light body is participating in this earth consciousness, so ground into it. All right. Robin and Jordan. Robin, you are integrating your multidimensional healing. So this week, did you see that? See, we get lots of fun fuzzies playing with us when we're doing this work. This is a time for you to kind of let things integrate. So maybe don't learn so much or read so much or do so much this week, but instead like prune out what you don't need, let go of it, and then let yourself kind of alchemize into integrating what you've learned with all of it. Jordan, yours is Holy Grail code and receiving the gift. Okay, so this is allowing the universe to speak to you, to come to you, to tell you, okay, we see you, we see what the work you've been doing, let's bring in the creation of it. And so this is letting the universe also help you. And again, kind of got that warning that at the end of the week we might be trying to control things. um, and those little orbs are telling you don't try to control things. Let us work for you. The angels are present. They want to give you help. All right, Tanya. High Priestess, expanding your consciousness. So I'm getting this week meditation is extremely critical for you. I'm hearing from your guides, calm that mind, calm those stories, come back and listen to the narrative from a compassionate witness and see if you can get yourself into a different alignment by the end of the week, especially when we're getting into that surrender resistance place. Okay. All right, Patty. You've got the electric creative expression. So this week would be a good time to activate that second chakra. Emotions, creativity, whatever's creativity to you. I mean, creativity doesn't have to be picking up a paintbrush. It could be, moving the pillows around in a different formation on the couch, like just light creativity. Let that kind of speak to activating your energy centers of like passion and pleasure. Okay. Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, mission accomplished. Welcome home. If you picked 3 at the beginning of this reading, this is your guides reiterating it. If you did not, this is basically saying you've arrived. Don't work so hard anymore. Just let yourself bask in the riches of your accomplishments. Okay. So and just let yourself be one with those accomplishments. Matthew, you are in the clearing karma Kundalini activation phase, which we've already heard before. Movement, getting cleared out of karma from the past. This may be past life, maybe past just here. Who knows? But you might look up Kundalini activation. But this is a week of fleshing things out. Doesn't always feel great, just FYI. But if you take care of yourself and you nurture and you allow it to, and you don't resist, it will go. And you will see that there is something fresher and cleaner there. Janelle, Master Alchemist, Violet Flame activation. Second time we've seen that one too. So taking all of who you've been, alchemizing it into present time and who you are becoming as you understand yourself more clearly. All right, Donnie, your week is going to be focused on clearing karma, Kundalini activation. All right, you guys, that is the 3rd time a charm. So that means it's for all of us. But Donnie, thank you for being the third activator of this message. This is again movement, cleaning things out, allowing things to move through without really flushing it too much. Let's see. I was gonna see if I could try and read more to you, but this is, let's see. Clearing karma 90. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read a little bit of it. Your primal power has been lying dormant at this base of your spine. The hidden potential is waking up so it can help you expand your creative expression. A Kundalini awakening typically occurs upon initial physical contact with your twin flame, but also can be achieved through spiritual practices such as regular meditation, which I was hearing for other people as well. So releasing karmic past, letting things burn off is really the point. But actively, like, look into it and pay attention to what's happening, okay? All right. Blossoming lotus. Oh my gosh, you guys, I shuffled. I swear. Everybody's going through a Kundalini. You get a Kundalini clearing. You get a Kundalini clearing. All right. Active movement, actively pumping the energy from lower centers up into the higher centers. If you need more information about that, let me know. I'll try and get it to you. But I think, like I said, the internet's a magical thing. You should be able to find something. Kalina, open your heart, set loving boundaries. Okay. So give yourself a chance to be setting loving boundaries. You don't have to take everything that happens. Remember, that's what this week is, a pruning week. We're going to say thank you for being there and I don't need you anymore. Or thank you for being there, but I need you in this way for me. Okay. Focus for you, Christy and Kira. Christy, your focus this week is masculine twin and releasing your lower self, ego, competition, all those things that keep you from just allowing yourself to take action out of the pure heart and a pure motivation. Kira, your card for the week is karmic purge, mirror reflection. So the things in your life are showing you some things that maybe could be let go of, things that are making you uncomfortable, making you unhappy. That's the message, to maybe work on letting go of some of that stuff. Why you're attracting it and why you're vibrating to it is because it's time to let it go. Okay, so anything difficult this week will be a week to look at releasing. Okay, Heather. Okay, you got Holy Grail. Second time we've seen that. So receive the gift. Be a witness to how the universe is already working on your behalf this week. Really notice how you can merge with the things that you've already been working on. Okay, so let the universe just bring it to you because it wants to. Diane, you got breakthrough, processing karmic debris. So the past is kind of getting clearer. Some of the patterns are getting more understood, and you are flushing that stuff out and letting yourself open up to the idea that you are coming out the other side. You're able to be free from that past and moving into a different future. Okay, so this week is going to be a liberating week for you. All right, Michelle. Transformation, battling the head versus the heart. Saw this for Barbara too. So a little bit of syncing up with that idea that your heart and your head are not adversaries. They just might have different ways of going about things. And sometimes the heart has more wisdom than the head does. So just see if you can get into allowing the heart to lead this week. Okay. Sam. Oh, look at this pretty card. Okay. Divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence. I love that. There's like little butterflies and no, if you can, it doesn't do it justice on the camera. All right, so listen, this is what you guys are saying. There's messages that want to just download for you this week and giving yourself time to do that. Maybe it's automatic writing, maybe it's just meditation, but give yourself some time for the cosmic intelligence to just kind of be lit up and reminded inside of you. And this week would be a great week to align with that, okay? All right, Sarah. Queen, divine feminine. So this is very much about coming into your own truth. You don't have to battle. You don't have to defend because the queen just knows. She knows that she deserves it. She asks for it to be done. She's kind too. Not like the bad queens that we've heard about, right? But in the energetic spiritual queen, the queen is mature. She knows what she wants. She knows how to ask for it, and she knows how to protect it. Okay? So that's what you're working on this week. Eli. Your card is Merkaba activation, ground, shield, and protect. Okay, again, if these are concepts you don't know about, you can always go to Google and look up Makraba. But listen, what your guides are saying is that this week is a week to get yourself together. That you've been part of various things that maybe you don't want to be part of, and it's time to just kind of protect yourself, shield yourself from that side of things. And remember that oneness card at the beginning. Get back to a oneness message for yourself of what do you want to be united with? What do you want to be in your field all the time? And focus on bringing that in more and focus on nurturing that. If you want that in there, it might take a little effort or work, right? I got to water my plants or they're going to die. So this is the same thing. Water the things you want, protect the things you want. Lisa, you got reunion, reconciling differences. Okay. So maybe some forgiveness work for you this week is going to happen. Some little bit of understanding, perspective seeing, that kind of stuff. I think that there's a lot of stuff going on the parallel planes regarding this. I know that might not make sense to those of you who don't really know parallel planes, but there's a lot of versions of us that are kind of trying to come together of like what our consciousness is doing and how it's fractured itself to kind of create a more unified field. So this week you might be even reconciling with yourself, a little more self-love. Okay. All right. Seriously wonderful. Seriously wonderful. Practice some self-love. Nurture your inner child this week. That's why we're here. I'll do it again. Sarah, get you a little rose inner child spray. Okay, get yourself some inner child work. Take care of that little inner child. Let them know that you've got their back and it's okay for them to feel nervous about the future but you've got it. And so that's the focus this week, inner child. Andrea, your focus this week is third time's a charm for us all. Thanks for bringing this through, battling the head and the heart transformation. So seriously, everybody's going to be kind of working through that. That's probably that sorting energy that we're feeling too, is like what is true and what isn't true. What does our heart want? What does our heart not want? And what does our head create out of just fear and struggle, that kind of stuff. So a little bit of sorting, but put the heart in charge this week. Okay. Let the heart know that what you love, what brings you joy, what brings you expansiveness is what you want to be having your head help you do. Okay. Gina, also got Merkaba activation, ground, shield, and protect. Okay. So, Gina, keep in mind that this is a week that you might want to be pulling yourself away from dangerous situations, dangerous emotionally, dangerous mentally, dangerous whatever. Get away from them, protect yourself, and get back to understanding you don't have to participate in those spaces anymore. You can protect yourself. You can be in those higher frequencies. Vanessa, you are working on harmonizing and letting your light shine. If you picked 3 at the beginning, it's reinforcing it. But if you didn't, it's telling you this week is a week for you to let your light shine. This week is a good week to harmonize with that and not to doubt it. I swing my feet off the bed every day and I know the floor is going to be there. I don't question it. Think about that as far as your own worth and your own light. Never questioning it anymore. It just is. It is there for you to use. Don't need to wonder where it is because it's just there. Hi, Crystal. You got some surrender and dark night of the soul energy. Okay. So seeing where, and if you think of our pruning week, okay, the things that need to conclude, that need to be let go of. And then there's that not surrendering that could happen at the end of the week. So just be aware that you might be working on some of those things that are dark. But also remember, there's only darkness because of light. The light is contrasting and making a shadow. So it's just like move out of the way so that the shadow can be worked through. Okay. Aaron. Oh, Aaron, you got 2 cards. You got go within, healing separation. So healing separation from the self, healing separation from the source. You are not separate from the divine and the masculine. And also let your light shine. So that's the 3rd time we've seen that card, the let your light shine card, you guys. So this is a message for all of us this week. Harmonize with trust that you are being seen and heard and needed on the planet at this time. And when you protect that and honor that, you are doing good things for everyone around you. Okay. Heidi, you're working on some past life stuff. It's a Voyager journey for you. If you don't know how to past life journey, again, Professor Google can help you out there. But really just kind of recognizing that you might be living out some things that aren't happening in this present time, and that it might be good to kind of alchemize that through, meaning take the wisdom from what that experience might have been like and then let it go. Okay. So a little past life work as best you know how. And if you don't know how to work it, just be aware that you are doing it anyway. Okay. And that might be something to just ask yourself to notice. Francis, you're in unification and aligning with abundance. So you're letting yourself acknowledge that you are going into a very abundant space where you don't have to worry about whether or not you have what you need. It's coming to you and it's kind of clarifying. So that's cool. Carrie, speak your truth, express yourself. Okay. So let yourself be in alignment with the fact that you have things to say and what you have to say matters. Your viewpoint is important too. Your vision of how you see things is different than other people's, and that's okay. It is actually contrast and diversity that brings us expansion. So embrace that. Afshin, your focus for this week is also to speak your truth. I shuffled, I did. So express yourself. See, guys sometimes too will lump their people together on the feed just because they're like, tell my person that too. So your voice really matters this week. Kindness with that. Being able to say kindly to someone, hey, I need this from you. I would like this to be different, but your truth is important. Okay. Nicole and Seth. Nicole, you are going to one with self and blossoming. Okay. So let yourself come back to making yourself a priority, being with yourself, to getting to know yourself a little bit more as an expansive being and all the work that you've done there. Okay. Seth, you are working on practicing self-love and nurturing your inner child. Okay. So going back in the acknowledging that when you don't love yourself, it's hard for you to love anybody else. And this week would be a good time to make some safe spaces for the parts of you that didn't necessarily get the love that it needed when you were a child. Give it to you now. Okay. Sue. Yes, if you're still out there. Thanks, you guys, for those of you who have stuck with me. I still have Karen and I still have Danielle. So I'm coming. All right, Sue. This week for you, focusing on I am enough and letting go of expectations of yourself, expectations of the world. Let the world show you what its potential is. One of the things that I've seen happen in my world is that, like, if somebody says, pay me what you can, they oftentimes will pay more than if you put a set price, because somebody values you more than you value yourself, right? So this is kind of like acknowledging I'm enough and I don't need you to worry about that process this week. Okay. Karen, focus for you on the week. Oh, I shuffled, I swear, but they lump you guys together. I am enough. You let go of expectations, let go of how the enough-ness is supposed to look. Just give yourself that message all week. Today I'm enough. And I'd love to see how that's true. Okay. All right. Good, Sue. Glad to see that you're still there. Danielle, your card threw itself on the ground. So I gotta get it's a jump. Oh my gosh. You guys. Same card. I am enough. Let go of expectations. They lumped you guys all into the end, probably to make sure that we all got that message before they ran out of time. Work with your enoughness this week. Honor that enoughness, because that enoughness is what gives you the strength and the drive to be of service to people, to be expansive, to be seeking the truth. So give yourself that message that you're enough and see where it takes you this week. Okay. All right. If you're still hanging out, I'm going to wait for just a minute because we still have a minute, 60 seconds. And meanwhile, I'm going to adjust my necklace and tell you guys that it's really important for us to be real with ourselves at this time. The fake or the hiding or the judgment of self is really not going to serve us as we enter into 2023. 2023 is going to really ask us to clean up our social circles, to clean up our influence, that kind of stuff. So just acknowledge that when you're working with your like intentions, whatever you're doing for the following year and your manifestation energy. It's also about community. It's going to be a lot about cleaning up that community though. Meaning that if you are attracting a lot of victim energy or you guys are uniting in kind of toxic ways, that you might want to clean that up. All right. So that's it. I think, let me just double check comments here. Yep, I think I got you all. I am grateful for you. I appreciate you. You are enough. And I will see you next week if you choose to join me for another week check-in. Bye. Of course, all the buttons came in the way. Get close the broadcast.